Hi there, welcome back to another Crypto Dave video. It's Friday, which means another crypto interest rates and news update. Today is the 27th of August 2021, and it's just going to be a brief update this week because essentially it's been a bit of a slow news week, I think, within the platforms we kind of cover here. Now, we haven't had any announcements about rate changes for next month. It's now the 27th of August, so no doubt they'll be coming through in the next day or so, but I did have a quick glance before I put this video live. No updates from Ledn or BlockFi yet about any rate changes for September, so we'll see what happens. No doubt next week, covering the beginning of the month, will be a little bit of a more packed kind of show because of all the news that kind of comes out around the kind of like rate changes and stuff like that at the end of each month. But starting as always with any new coins, no new coins to report here. Few rate changes. Swissborg, unfortunately, they've continued to drop a little bit with the exception of the Swissborg token. So that's down from just under 4.5% for the regular users to just over 4.5%. Everything else has dropped a little bit. So that 30-day average, obviously the current rate's a little bit less than the 30-day average, which is dragging them down. So not been a great couple of months really for Swissborg kind of rates. They've been announced and then they've all sort of sold off a little bit quite regularly. And then moving on to token prices. So it's been a pretty flat week really for Bitcoin, up 1% over the last 7 days. We did have a nice pump up in the middle of the week. We went over 50,000, I think over 51,000, but we've sold off since then. We had a little bit of a recovery, and then the last kind of day and a half we've been just moving sideways, currently just over 47,000, but we're between that sort of 46.5, just over 47,000 really for the last day and a half now. So waiting to see if anything makes a big move over the weekend. I half think we might see a little bit of a pump of the Bitcoin price over the weekend, but we shall see what happens. And essentially the token prices are following suit really, everything up a little bit more than Bitcoin with the exception of Celsius Network, giving up another 8.1% over the last week, so not been a good few weeks for Celsius. The token price continuing to drop a little bit. Yield App's the best performer, up 3.5%, but nothing kind of like dramatic here, no double digit gains or anything like that we've seen in recent weeks and months. And then moving on to a few stories. Firstly, with Nexo, so free instant internal transfers for all cryptos are here. So this is something that a few of the other platforms actually have already implemented. I know Ledn do the same thing, that if you transfer within to an account owned by another kind of like Ledn user, they are free transfers, and the same thing is now available in Nexo. So this is really nice. So basically any crypto on their platform you can transfer to another user in Nexo, as long as you're using obviously their Nexo deposit kind of address. So the way it works, you can kind of half see it in the screenshot here. So this person's transferring Bitcoin, they've put in the Nexo deposit address for the other user, and then what's quite nice, it double checks that across against their internal database and confirms that it is a Nexo address. So if it is a Nexo address, they will be free. You can do as many transfers between different users of the Nexo kind of platform as you would like. So if you have a lot of friends or a group of you that are all using the same platform, worth checking up to see if this is available on the platform that you're using. It's now available on Nexo. As I said, I think it's available on Ledn and possibly one or two of the others as well, but nice that this is here. And I really like this way of doing it, where you deposit the you copy and paste the actual address rather than selecting a user or anything, and then it does that auto kind of confirm that it is a Nexo address. So if you're transferring internally to other people, that is now all free, and that's for all cryptos on the platform. And something else with Nexo, but they haven't released anything on the web that I could see about this. I received an email a couple of days ago, or 3 days ago maybe, basically that says, we're pleased to announce that you can now take advantage of our exchange and repayment services for XRP, the 6th largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization. And the background to this is last December, obviously the SEC in the US instigated a lawsuit against Ripple Labs, which runs the XRP ecosystem basically, and like a lot of other kind of exchanges and platform providers, Nexo stopped some of the services they were offering. Now what they've said now is that as the XRP case drags on with no clear resolution in sight, but also no indication that other countries will follow in the footsteps of the SEC, we are reinstating our full range of XRP services in all jurisdictions in which we operate, with the exception of the United States. So Nice to see that this is available. It's been a bit of a hassle for people that are using XRP, that a lot of platforms, exchanges and CeFi kind of platforms have limited the services they do offer. Now, you have been able to kind of keep your XRP and earn a yield on those, but you haven't been able to kind of utilize all the services available. So that is now live again in Nexo. Unfortunately, there didn't seem to be anything on their blog or in their Twitter account about it, or I couldn't find it when I put this together. And then moving on, we touched on this before, but YieldApp are implementing KYC, level 2 KYC by the end of September. So you've got another month to do this. I just wanted to mention it because of the BTC yield, which went live last week, is now kind of closed. We'll cover that in a second. But I actually transferred some Bitcoin into it. And because of that, I wanted to make sure that I've done the KYC requirements. And the KYC level 2 requirements are basically a proof of address. So it's a bank statement, a utility bill, or some kind of like government kind of letter. You can download a PDF, which is what I did. Because obviously, you know, nowadays not a lot of people actually send paper bills for a lot of things. So I downloaded a PDF, uploaded it, and it was approved within about 30 minutes. So it should be relatively straightforward for those of you who haven't done that yet, but want to continue to use YieldApp. So just wanted to make you aware of that. You've got another month to get it kind of done, and no doubt some reminders will come from YieldApp to users that haven't done that over the next month. And then finally on YieldApp, as we mentioned last week, the Bitcoin fund, which opened about a week ago for another 500 Bitcoin, has now closed. So this closed, I believe it was 2 days ago on the 25th. So they reached their deposit limit. I did manage to get a small amount in. I just deposited a quarter of a Bitcoin in the platform to see how that performs. And they will be locked up. I believe it's till sometime in October, about 11th of October or something like that. But the fund is now closed, so don't try and deposit any more Bitcoin. So nice to see that they did open that up. It was opened up a bit quicker than I think a lot of people thought. I think originally, when the first one went live about 6 weeks ago, they said 3 months till it will be opened. So they opened that a little bit quicker than a lot of people anticipated, but nice that they did. So if you are interested in checking out the Bitcoin yield on YieldApp, and it's 6% currently, plus a minimum of 2% in yield tokens. Keep an eye on their Twitter account, or subscribe to this kind of channel, because I do keep people abreast of these. And the next time they announce this, I will let everybody know. So that's it for this week. Thanks very much for watching as always. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. Have a great weekend. Look after yourselves. But until the next video, hope you have a great day. Bye bye.